Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Jada pays an Unraveling Brady a visit, and Abigail secretly meets with spoiler. A ripped Tate works out in just his boxer briefs when there's a knock at the cabin door. Assuming it's Holly, he opens it, but Sophia walks through wearing a bathing suit and cover-up. She thought he might be lonely while Holly tends to her family crisis. "What do you feel like doing?" she coyly asks. Holly comes to visit Sarah at the hospital with Sweet Bits donuts. Sarah is happy to see her niece and relays she's doing okay. It's Xander she's worried about, specifically that he'll take his anger out on the wrong person. Holly understands because she would totally freak if someone hurt the person she loves. And who might that be? Sarah playfully asks. Xander bursts into Jada's office, yelling at her for not finding the person who ran over his wife. Jada gets defensive until Xander mentions Sarah's paralyzed. They both calm down as Jada expresses how sorry she is. He tells her to show her compassion by doing her job and arresting someone. Jada tells him they have a lead on the car that hit Sarah. In the townhouse, Brady stresses over his missing car. He answers a call from Maggie, who apologizes for missing his call earlier. She tells him Sarah's paralyzed, which freaks Brady out further. In her Salem Inn room, Fiona drinks a Bloody Mary and recalls learning Sarah lost feeling in her legs. She sips, wondering what she's done to that poor girl. Fiona stashes her alcohol when Brady comes by. He demands to know why she didn't tell him Sarah was paralyzed. He's dying over the thought that he is responsible. In her bedroom at the mansion, Abigail grows upset looking at a photo of Chad and Marcy Miller's Abigail. She calls her mystery person to tell them she can't do this anymore. She knows what's at stake, but it's a lot harder than she thought it was going to be. Chad knocks on the door. Dr. Mark Green comes to Sarah's room before Holly can answer her aunt's prying questions about love. Sarah introduces them. Mark mentions Holly went to prom with his brother as a ruse to be with Tate. Holly points out Aaron was in on it. Mark brings up the boys being at lacrosse camp, noting Aaron's photo on the camp's Instagram page was captioned Tate Black. "Weird, huh?" he says. "Totally weird," Holly says, feigning agreement. At the cabin, Tate reminds Sophia he has a girlfriend. Plus, they aren't exactly friends. Not to mention, Sophia tried to make Holly feel bad about not having sex. Sophia says she was just surprised they haven't done it yet. As she flirts with him, Sophia notices a reaction, in the euphemistic sense. He blames it on it being the morning, it happens sometimes, and grabs a throw pillow to cover up. He asks her to stop, but she doesn't want to leave him with all that pent-up sexual energy. Tate doesn't want this because he loves Holly. Who said anything about love? She removes her cover-up, revealing a cutout one-piece bathing suit. At the Dimera mansion, Abigail hangs up with her mystery person and tells Chad to come in. He was worried about her being in the room where she was murdered. She points out she survived and asks if it's hard for him to be there. He admits it is. She was thinking about Clyde coming in with a knife, and she stares off as if in a daze. She snaps out of it and says she's remembering something. Chest heaving, she recalls Clyde saying, "I know what you've been up to." She defensively reacts as if Clyde is coming toward her with the knife. Chad holds her as she loses the memory. He calls it a huge breakthrough since it's the first thing she remembered as Abby. At the police station, Jada tells Xander they found a partial plate. He wants to have the Titan security team look into it. She refuses to give him any more information so he doesn't interfere in the investigation. She will call him as soon as they make an arrest. Xander growls that whoever did this better pray Jada finds him before he does. Fiona pours Brady a drink in her room as she tries to calm his nerves. He downs it, but it doesn't help. Maggie knocks on the door. Fiona gives Brady the bottle of vodka as he hides in the bathroom. Fiona lets in Maggie, who pushes Victoria's stroller inside. Maggie asks her to watch the baby while she goes to visit Sarah. A tormented Brady listens at the bathroom door as Maggie vents about the person who hit Sarah. However, Maggie is so happy Sarah tracked Fiona down. It's a blessing for Xander to have his mother there. After Maggie leaves, Brady emerges, tortured over the thought that he's the reason for Maggie's pain. Fiona reminds him they don't know he was the driver. At the hospital, Mark looks over Sarah's chart. He doesn't see anything she and Kayla missed, but he's optimistic she can come back from this. After Holly leaves, Xander arrives with flowers. Mark assures Xander that as Sarah's friend,